Hello guys and welcome to another React. Today I'm going to be checking out this one. Idiot streamers who got caught cheating live. Don't think I've really watched videos like this one before, but I saw this one floating around as an interesting one to react to, so I thought I'd give it a shot.
Using aimbot during a live CSGO tournament to completing Super Mario 64 with
Let's
a
go.
see-through blindfold. These are the dumbest streamers who are caught in 4K cheating, beginning with Elm0, who accidentally left his aimbot on whilst trying out for a professional esports team.
Fucking
Up until
oof.
this point, Elm0 had built up a respectable 3,000 Twitch followers for his impressive Apex Legends gameplay. However, while trialing for the pro team Zenith, judges noticed that his aim was almost too impressive.
I can't believe it. Already, we just started. You are good because you cheated. And so you go to try out for esports when you cheat. Doesn't matter if he left it on intentionally or not. If this is why you're good, what the heck, man?
And while this first kill was arguably still possible without aimbot, his next kill was significantly more suspicious.
Oh, that was...
Elm0 shoots through
Ooh.
the wall as if he already knew where the enemy was before locking
Yeah.
onto the player with near perfect accuracy.
There was nothing
Elm0 was instantly
showing
called out
it.
in a Twitter post reading, "How are people streaming cheats in Scrims LMAO?" which received a response explaining that he was known for cheating on PUBG in the past.
One of my accounts was banned.
Wow.
For PUBG. I was banned by the PUBG Corp for, my ban message said hacking.
Determined to expose Elm0 for good, another clip was tweeted of him warming up for the match, in which his aim was once again robotically accurate, and with the evidence
What
seeming
is this?
conclusive, Zenith Esports would make a tweet explaining that Elm0 was not contracted with us and has been removed from our trial process, which
Dang.
was followed by Elm0 deleting all of his social media before disappearing from the internet.
What? You didn't need to do that. I mean, like, let's be real, right? You got, like, child predators that come back to streaming and stay as big as they could possibly be, right? That's just an example. I don't follow streamers, but I know that's a thing because I've seen a couple of, like, I don't know, videos talking about stuff like that. I've glanced at them. So just because you cheat, like, but maybe he wasn't that big to begin with. It only said like 3,000 followers, so maybe this wasn't like a big streamer, so it wasn't as important to him.
Semper0311 was even stupider, as after going live playing the game Destiny 2, he'd forget to hide the aimbot program altogether. At the time, he was streaming to a small audience of only 16 people, however this was enough for one of his viewers to notice the fishy gameplay, writing in the chat,
Is that aimbot?
On your screen it has like red squares around them. Semper was dumb enough to
Damn.
read the comments out loud,
My screen has red squares around them.
and after pretending to be confused for a couple of seconds, the stream ended abruptly and the footage was deleted. In the days that followed, Semper denied cheating and threatened to—
Wait, how did you get the footage then if the footage was deleted? Did he miss a clip? Red squares around them.
ban anyone bringing it up.
No, it's not. No, it's not. And I didn't, dude. If you want to get banned, you can keep saying that.
Yet after being pressured by the audience, Semper admitted to cheating in the weakest way possible.
There was wall hacks on my computer yesterday on stream. Like, I'm not denying that. I just don't know how they got there.
However,
What? So first it's, no, there's not. You want to get banned, keep saying it. And within 24 hours, he's saying there was wall hacks. I don't know how they got there. You don't know how they got there. All right, I'm gonna come out blunt, right? I've played one game ever in my entire life where I downloaded some kind of cheats for it, and it wasn't a competitive game. And the amount of effort it took to get that installed and running, obviously he's lying, right? Like, obviously. But what a, to quote this guy, yeah, like, weak defense. I've tried it. Again, it wasn't in a competitive game. Meaning, because competitive games have, like, anti-cheats, right? So it should be even harder than what I did. It's been a good, how old am I? Oh, God. Like 13 years since I did that, by the way. Maybe it's gotten easier these days. I don't know, but still, I swear, it's...
At least said, but
Come up with a better excuse at least, right?
eventually admitted to some kind of wrongdoing, as the next person blamed her cheating on a non-existent person. The streamer in question went by the name of Miss Q Gemini, and just prior to being exposed, she'd state that people often called her a cheater simply because she was female.
You know what's really sad? That sometimes, you know, because I'm female in Counter-Strike, people are like, you're cheating!
However, the real reason behind why she was called a cheater revealed itself just minutes later, as she'd begin her first CSGO game of the stream.
It's like the "you're only arresting me because I'm black" after he like punched someone in the face. I've watched a lot of videos of like cops arresting and things like that. It reminds me of that. Oh, I'm only cheating because I'm a girl. Come on.
With
I can't wait till I see what it actually is too.
Hacks enabled.
Ah, what? They're mid.
Wait.
CSGO game of the stream with
Okay, so they're already visible.
hacks enabled.
Okay, so that's someone dying.
Ah, what? They're mid. Mid.
To be. I'm going back to B.
You... I love it. This is the joke, right? It's like they use cheats, but they still suck. Because she knew he was coming and still missed him.
After dying in the game,
Still missed him. Oh my god. She's still missing. From what I've seen, she's missed every single shot. She's shot at 3 different individuals, missed every single shot, with full awareness that they were coming, where they'd be, where they were, missed every shot. And she comes out and says, "You're only cheating because you're a girl. You're not even good."
she'd come to notice her colossal size mistake and attempted to play the whole thing off by stating that she had some weird glitch.
Do you guys ever get that weird glitch in CSGO where it shows your rank, that it shows everyone's rank? I played the other day with Rock and he got that and now I have it. I don't know why. It's weird.
Which was then followed by Miss Q Gemini,
Shows everyone's rank. What does that even mean?
stating that someone
They had like outlines, like skeletal bone outlines, HP, and names.
named Clara had been playing on her computer earlier that day.
Wait, Clara! Hold on. Clara, give me 1 second. Clara, let me just message this girl. Give me 1 second. Why is this on my computer right now? Where is this? How do I close this? I need to text my friend Clara right now. She was at my house earlier today. I'm literally gonna kill her. She promised me she didn't use it on my PC. Clara, out of all people, this is what happens when you let people use your PC.
Realizing that there was no getting out of this, Miss Q Gemini began to trade all of her items to a brand new account, yet unfortunately this wouldn't stop a Twitch ban, which happened later that day.
Clara. Honest bro, come on. They're so terrible at making excuses, dude. Like, if you realize you got caught cheating, put up a BRB or something, you know, and fix it off stream. But if you're gonna get banned anyway, it's like, I don't know, just do what the other guys did and like turn off the stream immediately and delete everything. You know, like that would be better. I don't know how big this girl is. Like, maybe it would have been really noticeable. But, like, that other guy had, like, 3K followers. I don't think that was too noticeable. Some of them, I feel like they're overreacting. I don't know. I don't know. If you stream cheating, how likely is it that you get seen and banned if you're not a big streamer? And then you just turn it off and then delete it. Is it very high?
And while it's certainly shameless to blame a friend for the hacks on your computer, it's not nearly as shameless as aimbotting during a professional CSGO tournament, which is what would happen in the case of Optic Forsaken.
That aim's like locking
Forsaken
on.
joined the Indian Optic group in May 2018, and in the 5 games played after joining, Forsaken had always placed either second or first. While many assume that Forsaken was nothing more than a very talented player, it will be after flying to a $100,000 prized professional tournament in Shanghai,
why
China,
in
that Optic
esports?
Forsaken was exposed brutally. The tournament began with Forsaken taking large breaks in the warm-up rounds, as if he was trying to set something up on his computer in the background, yet it would
I guess they do this in the Olympics too. Like, governments themselves will actually like force athletes to take drugs to enhance themselves. So I guess this is less crazy than that, but I don't know. As like a gamer and, you know, being older than esports, it's just like, why? If you're gonna do it right. And then it's esports. They're not even like, it's esports. It's not even real sports and you're cheating, you know? Like, it's esports.
Would only be after the main matches began that Forsaken's plays became incredibly suspicious. His first strange flick into the ground was followed by countless examples of him locking perfectly onto the enemy.
Yes. That is perfect. What the fuck? Oh my, it's just jitters.
Some of these kills could still be made by a high-level player.
Nah,
dude.
dude.
With one final matchup that Forsaken's aimbot became obvious.
It's too flat.
After locking onto the enemy through a wall, event organizers called a timeout, and officials made their way over to Forsaken's computer to figure out if he was cheating. At first, Forsaken refused access to his computer, however the officials would ignore this and look anyway, during which Forsaken kept pushing them away from his computer while he tried to delete the aimbot right in front of their faces. Despite having traveled all the way from India, Forsaken and the whole Optic team were instantly disqualified from the tournament, which became even worse when Forsaken issued a public statement explaining that neither his team, manager, or coach had even the faintest idea that he was hacking. The scandal eventually resulted in Optic India shutting down altogether, but Forsaken isn't the only person in this video to cheat in a professional tournament.
Well, yeah, wasn't there already one earlier?
With a $500,000 prize,
Spain.
The following scenario happened to a player by the name of Marky Locuris.
What am I watching? Is this, wait, this is Fortnite? Oh, he's invincible.
Despite being down and finished countless times by his opponent, a glitch prevented Marky from being eliminated. Whilst being revived, Marky told his teammate to keep quiet about what had happened, which was followed by the two unfairly killing the player who had downed Marky originally.
What?
After continuing to play normally,
it was
Marky
a glitch?
was approached by event organizers who asked him to leave the match, yet he'd refused, stating that what had happened was a glitch and was part of the game. While he would eventually give up and leave, this prompted discussion online about whether Marky had cheated or not. I don't think he is cheating, I think he just went with it.
Yeah, that's what it looks
kids
like.
Saying he wasn't cheating. He knew he wasn't taking damage and got revived, and continued the game even though he should have died. That's considered an exploit and is cheating.
Does that really count as cheating? I mean, maybe, okay, so it's like a professional thing, right? Like, he's in a tournament, so when you die, you should die regardless of glitches. That's a weird one. I don't know, because it's esports. I feel like in normal gameplay, it's like, well, they should have fixed the game, you know? In this case, yeah, that's kind of weird. I don't... Do they have a rule for it? Like... Have they ever had this situation before? That's the thing with esports. It's just so young, you don't know.
Fun fact, the first clip was actually a glitch, but he decided to abuse it. There was certainly an argument for whether or not Marky's behavior constituted cheating. However, the same couldn't be said for Captain Baldy,
I mean, I don't know. If there wasn't a rule against it, then I think it's fine, right? If there wasn't a rule saying, hey, if you die, but a glitch stops you from dying, then technically it's fine, right? But the moment they tell you to leave, it's like, oh, okay, well, they decided it's not fine. It's like a referee. Referees can decide crap all the time that isn't necessarily like written down, but you know, you listen to the referee. I don't know. That's a weird one. That's hard to judge without seeing the rules. Because it doesn't look like he cheated. It looks like it was a bug. If he really went like, shh, don't tell them, that's a little scummier. Like, if you realized it was a shh, don't tell them moment, because he has more information than I do, then maybe you should have told them yourself, you know?
Accidentally showed his aimbot whilst trying to prove that he wasn't cheating.
What is
Up
that
until this
arm?
point, Captain Baldy had built up a Warzone kill-death ratio of over 2, yet similar to the Apex Legends player in the beginning, Captain Baldy will be called out on Twitter after
So I don't know what... Warzone's a Call of Duty game, right? Of over 2. That's not a lot, right? A 2 KDR? Like, that's Is that supposed to be good? Because I don't remember all the KDRs I've had in shooters. I don't remember all of them. Some of them, like when I was younger, was really bad, like under a 1. And then as I got older, I know in Dust 514, I had a 19 plus KDR. And in PlanetSide, I had like an 11 plus. I don't remember exactly, but it's 2, you know? That's not a lot, right?
Locking onto an enemy who was running behind a wall. Another clip then surfaced where Captain Baldy displayed suspiciously accurate shooting. And
this
as a
one isn't
result,
that
his chat began to
suspicious.
fill with people calling him a cheater.
Yeah.
Determined to prove-
Yeah. So he shot at the wall and he got a hit marker. That was the fun. I was like, what the hell?
With his innocence, Captain Baldy agreed to show his task manager, yet hilariously seemed to instead tap the key which brought up his cheat menu.
You... let me see it.
Manager? Yo, they want my task manager? Hold up. Control delete.
You failed to hit Control Alt Delete first off, and instead you pulled up a literal aimbot. We can see everything on his screen right now. Got an aim key. I don't know what any of this is. I've never used cheats in a shooter. What is this? Visibility check? Aim at friendlies? Aim at enemies? Oh my god. Aim field of view affects FPS? What is the hotkey to pull this up?
No, control delete task manager. Put it up, throw it up. Oh my god.
The chat then mocked Captain Baldy relentlessly, which was followed by a live Warzone ban later in the stream.
Disconnected from COD.
You pulled up an aimbot and kept playing. That's it. Look how active your chat is. There's no way like you can hide. Dude, you kept playing? You might as well just like turn it in right there. Go get some lunch, you know? Why did you keep playing?
No way.
Oh my god.
With the Captain Baldy saga ending with the deletion of his entire Twitch channel. Getting caught while
Wait,
checking
did he delete it or did they delete it?
the task manager.
If they deleted it, okay. But like if he deleted it, I don't know why like someone gets caught cheating once and they're like, oh, I'm just gonna quit everything that I do now. Again, you know, there's individuals that have done way worse that come back.
Trend continued by Call of Duty streamer Young, although he
Young.
didn't take his expose as humbly as Captain Baldy did. Young's viewers noticed that he always seemed to know where the enemy was coming from, so just like our last cheater, the audience requested that he show his task
Com surrogate? I don't even know what that
manager.
is.
Now, Young wasn't dumb enough to bring up the entire cheat menu, however, after accessing the task manager, his stream display bugged out and showed a second window where his hacks could be seen clearly.
Oh. He had it filtered, and then by alt-tabbing, he broke the filter.
After being banned from Call of Duty, Young would take to his Twitter on which he'd make an idiotically arrogant tweet reading,
He's got the fucking pride flag. No.
"Got mad free press tonight. Over 2k views overall. Some people even posted my gameplay online. Thanks for the shoutouts, people. Really appreciate the help. Although these 2,000 views worth of free press didn't contribute to the long-term growth of his career, as
We have 1.8k follow. He got 1 like on Twitter. He had 1 like. How do you even find this guy? Wait, what?
Young hasn't gone live on Twitch ever since. However, Young still looks like a genius in comparison to Twisted Bear.
Oh, I
whose
thought
Twitch
that was him
description
now.
boldly
I was
claimed
like,
that
what?
He was the top Modern Warfare player.
The top.
The reason
The number 1, dude. Like, this is the top guy. He's the best. Ain't no one's better than this
for
guy.
this claim would become apparent in July of 2020 when he'd go live displaying his
What is this bit rate, dude? I thought my bit rate on my streams was bad. I do 5 megabits. What is this bit rate? It's so low quality.
skills, only he completely forgot that he had his wall hacks on. The end to Twisted Bear's career was then
Yeah.
unbelievably quick. He was banned from Call of Duty,
Also, he wasn't even trying to hide it. He was getting ready to shoot. He was behind cover when the guy came out, and then when he came out, he goes and aims and shoots. Like, you're not even trying to hide it. Forget about showing it. Like, you could have seen that and immediately known he was cheating.
Then Twitch and was never heard from ever again. But this is what separates
he was
Twisted Bear
banned
from the next cheater, Mr. Golds, who made a much larger spectacle over his cheating ban. Mr. Golds was a much more significant figure in the Call of Duty community, sporting a Twitch follower count of over 50,000.
Why is the schedule lowercase? What?
During a live stream to an audience of approximately 1,700 people, Mr. Golds brought up his task manager before beginning to brag about how he was so good at Call of Duty that he didn't need to cheat.
Is it the first time you see someone good at the game? Have you ever seen anyone playing like me? Like seriously?
Although he didn't.
What the f- This guy sounds like an idiot, man. Again, because like now I don't even know what good is, right? The guy said the 2 was a good KDR. When I played Modern Warfare, I had at least a 3.5, and I thought that wasn't that good. It was either I forget which. There were 2 Call of Duties. I had like a 3.5 one and like a 6 in another. I don't remember which ones, but I thought that wasn't that good either. I thought you needed like at least a 10 for it to be good, because that's what all the players at the top of the leaderboard tended to have, right? So what is this 2? What, like 2's good. So what does this guy have? Whatever it is, I feel like it's not impressive based on these other ones.
Seemed to notice that he'd also accidentally brought up his cheat menu,
Oh.
on which he had enemies turned on.
Oh, I didn't even notice that.
Despite having 1,800 viewers at the time, almost nobody was talking in the chat or calling him out for it, showing that he was probably also viewbotting. However, while the chat remained pretty quiet, the incident was shared to Twitter where it received over 2,000 likes and 700 retweets. After being temporarily banned from Call of Duty and Twitch, Mr. Golds would upload an apology video in which he'd state that he didn't mean to download the cheats.
I truly am sorry about. I didn't mean to.
What does he mean, I didn't mean to? You don't download and use cheats without meaning to. I mean, come on, buddy.
Before going on to try and convince his audience that...
Again, I used them in a not competitive game once in my life, and it was annoying as hell to figure out and set up. The effort that goes into this, you knew.
Wasn't who he was.
You meant to.
This is not who I am. This
Yes, it is.
Really not who I am.
Despite...
This is the guy that's like, oh, you finally see someone good at the game. Bro. Come on.
Having cheated for months in the lead up to his expose.
Come
These days,
on.
Mr. Gold's Twitch channel is an advertisement for big cryptocurrency giveaways from Tesla, which sounds
That sounds like he got hacked.
like an even bigger scam than his wall hacks. However, a more interesting question to ponder
I think that's like YouTube channels get hacked and start streaming that. I think his Twitch just got hacked.
is what happens when a game developer gets caught cheating on his own game. This
Is it really cheating at that point? I don't know.
is what happened to Autonil, the H1Z1 technical director,
H1Z1.
who was caught using invisibility whilst live on stream.
You can't see me? Oh my god, am I hidden? Oh my god.
Yeah, judging from his reaction, the cheat had definitely been left on accidentally.
Oh my god. I'm so sorry, guys. I'm so sorry, guys.
Damn, I actually feel for the dev. You can tell he felt really bad. Poor guy, lol. However, there was absolutely
Yeah, that's some grade A sarcasm right there.
no accidents coming from FaZe Jarvis, who was given
I don't know what to say about that one. That was so weird. I don't know if there's context missing or it just seemed like a big joke. Like he didn't seem to feel bad. I feel like I need more context on that one. That was just weird, man.
a lifetime ban on Fortnite after cheating publicly. On the 4th of November 2019, FaZe Jarvis would upload a video titled "Fortnite Gave Me Aimbot," in which he'd explain that he was given hacks by an unknown person in random duos.
Something crazy actually happened. I got in a random duos game and he was telling me like he can get aimbot and everything.
And that he was going to test the hacks for his video.
This is what happens. Look. Aimbot, FOV, aimbot. I don't know what half this stuff means, but it's actually about to be lit. We're about to pop off.
Over the following 7 minutes, Jarvis lit up every single person in the lobby with his insane aimbot accuracy.
What? He's streaming. He recorded himself showing off an aimbot and said, someone gave me this. We're gonna do it. We're gonna use it. In a competitive game? Am I understanding this right? Like this... He tried making content out of using an aimbot? He's not hiding it. He's like, hey, look, I got this aimbot from someone. Let's go use it. What?
Oh my gosh, man. Oh! I'm sorry, what? I'm sorry, what?
Whilst explaining that he was using a new account and a new computer so he wouldn't get banned.
Obviously,
That's ban evasion. You're explaining this? What the fuck, man?
don't want to have aimbot on my main account. I had to go on a new PC. Like, I don't want to get my main PC banned.
Jarvis finished the video by once again
Can they just see your IP?
reiterating that you shouldn't hack and that his dummy account was most certainly going to get banned.
Never use aimbot, okay? Never do it. You're gonna get banned. I'm 100% gonna get banned on this account.
Yet he probably didn't expect that Fortnite would watch his video and ban every single one of his accounts permanently.
Yeah.
In the days that followed, Jarvis would upload a new video titled "I've been banned from Fortnite, I'm sorry," in which he'd explained that he could no longer play the game.
I've actually been permanently banned on Fortnite for life. Recently I posted some videos of me using aimbot. It didn't even cross my mind to think that I could be banned for life on Fortnite.
Before stating that he was
Honestly, I believe him. I believe him. He made content out of it. He set up a new account. He warned you not to use it because you get banned. He seemed to know about everything except for what ban evasion is. Which, I'm not saying he's a normie, but he's playing Fortnite. It sounds like a very normie thing to not know what ban evasion is.
extremely sorry for his actions.
You know, it's obvious that I made a massive mistake. And of course, I would
believe
never
him.
think about doing anything like this again. I know now how big of a mistake this was, and like, it's just, there's nothing I can...
The video accompanied a tweet by Jarvis reading, "I'm going to take accountability for my actions, and I understand completely why this has happened. I just..."
Okay, honestly, dude, I know it's like a good thing to like, you know, come out and take responsibility for your actions and whatever. But when all you did was stupidly try to make content out of an aimbot, which, you know, out of a list of things you could do bad, that's kind of like the bottom of the list. That's not very bad. It sounds a little dramatic to say I'm going to take accountability for my... What does that even mean? What are you going to do? Go volunteer? Donate money? Like, what? You just didn't read the rules right and you broke them. That's it. You've been banned. Accountability has been taken. So long as you don't ban evade, that is taking accountability. This is just a little dramatic, right?
wish I had known how severe the consequences were at the time, and I would have never thought about doing it. I love all of you who still support me. This is not the end. And while Jarvis did seem quite apologetic for his actions, Fortnite would make an example out of Jarvis by banning any new accounts that he tried to create. The interesting thing is Jarvis...
So he did try to ban evade. That's not making an example, dude. It's just more ban evasion. Am I crazy? Am I the only one in the room that knows what ban evasion is? I'm so confused. It's just ban evasion. You're done. You don't play the game anymore. That's it. You're banned. It's ban evasion. It's not making an example. It's just he's streaming himself ban evading. That's the problem. Whatever, man.
Jarvis's punishment was still less severe than Super Fast Jellyfish, who might have the craziest cheating story in this whole video. Super Fast Jellyfish was a Super Mario 64 speedrunner who wanted to join the exclusive 9-person list of Super Mario players who had completed the game whilst blindfolded.
Is this the list? Because these times are very different. These are very, very different times. How do you go from an hour to 24 minutes just like that?
In the lead up,
Then one of them's 3 hours.
to his blindfolded attempts,
Usually you see the tops of leaderboards and they're like seconds apart, or like just like these individual digits apart, or there's just one guy that's above everybody else because, you know, he cheated. But that's a weird leaderboard.
Fast Jellyfish had been playing Super Mario 64 for 3.5 years, leading him to believe that he had enough experience to beat the game without eyesight, and apparently he was correct, as he'd successfully complete the blindfolded challenge after only 3 tries. However, his ability to complete the challenge with such ease prompted a user by the name of Charlie Brown 64 to upload a video titled "Obvious Cheater Fakes Blindfolded Super Mario 64 Speedrun," in which he tears Super Fast Jellyfish's run to absolute shreds.
Only a true gamer such as this man would be able to somehow sidestep this Goomba, quickly make his way up the path, and then do this long jump to the next red, all completely blindfolded and with absolutely no setup necessary. Not only does he somehow know exactly where the 1-up box is, but he also knows exactly what direction the 1-up will go in once it spawns, something completely determined by RNG. Then, after chasing it on a moving platform for a completely arbitrary amount of time, he somehow knows exactly when and where to jump to the left. Watch now as he somehow knows exactly where he is on the spinning platform and knows exactly where the first pole is. Again, anyone who was actually blindfolded here would have probably just kept holding left and run off. However, this guy is able to make a completely random amount of adjustments to make it onto the pole.
19 days after Charlie Brown would upload his expose, Superfast Jellyfish uploaded a bizarre apology video in which he tried to claim that the run had been faked deliberately. Uploaded a bizarre apology.
He gets a lot of views for no subscribers, man.
In which he tried to claim that the run had been faked deliberately.
That speed run was purposely fake. It was purposely fake.
Yet nobody seemed to buy any of his lies.
Guys, it was on purpose. It was on purpose. So he didn't cheat. Of course.
Superfast Jellyfish's time in the spotlight ended with a dislike ratio of over 95%.
Oh, that's it. The video just ends right there. Okay. I wanted more information. That was funny. That was a funny video. The only one that I think really confused me was this Jarvis guy, because, you know, he was just ban evading. That's all it was. But that's funny. Oh, and the girl. Oh my god, that was funny. I thought this would stress me out, honestly. I thought this would be stressful because gamers cheating. I don't know. I thought it would be stressful. It wasn't stressful. That was actually really funny. Props to this SunnyV2 guy. That was a funny video. Well, I'm getting distracted by the bomb vest video right here. Alright, well, hope you guys enjoyed that. Let me know if you want to see any more reacts. Leave the names in the comments or join the Discord in the description if you'd like to actually leave a link, because the comments will eat links. But that's going to be it for today, so for now, thank you guys very much for watching. I'll see you on the next one.